Okay, verse 30. But when he saw the wind boisterous, whoosh, and it drew his attention away from who? Christ. And he looked at the storm. He was afraid and beginning to sink, and he cried, saying, Lord, save me. He's going down. Verse 31, and immediately, instantly, Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? Why did you take your eyes off me? Why did you take your eyes off Christ? Let me tell you something. You want trouble in your life? Take your eyes off him for a while. Go ahead and mix it up with the storms of the world. Get your fill. Enjoy it. You know, it's always so brutal and painful. I don't know how anybody could say they enjoyed it. So that's what he did. Now, do you think that Christ had to lift him? No, he just touched him. And what did they do then? 32. And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. Now, Christ has been teaching in this set before they went to this desert place to feed the people, which is symbolic of his word, the living word, being passed on to the people of the world in this dispensation. Why this thing with the sea? Then I might help you out just a little bit here, okay? I'm going to turn back to you're not going to have it on your character generator. You don't need it because you know it by heart. In the 13th chapter of Revelation, what is it that rises from the sea? And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. Came from the sea. Well, what is this sea business? I'm going to turn on for whereby it's not a parable, but an actual statement in the 17th chapter, whereby it explains that beast that rose from the sea as a political system for Satan. And so that you understand the sea and the waters on which he stood. Verse 15, chapter 17. And he saith unto me, the waters, and this is the waters on which Christ walked, was over. The waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. It's the people of the world. Christ shows you how you can rise above that. How that you can rise above the ways of this world and the peoples of this world that would choose to simply do exactly that. Be of the world. You're not of the world as Christ would teach in John chapter 17. And he declares, those that have knowledge with eyes and ears to both see and hear, they are not of the world, but they are in the world. Why? To do God's bidding, to bring forth that sower, to sow that seed, to be of a service to Almighty God. So Jesus didn't walk on the water just to show that he could. What a waste of time that would be for God to have to put on what would appear to some to be monkey shines or circus acts to convince people that he was Messiah. No. That's why he said, if you understand these parables, you will understand all my parables. The very fact that he walked on the water is above them and rose above them. And what about this stormy business? Well, look at them today. The people to the waters, and if you think they're not stormy, you better take another look at them real quick. You walk in the villages in the middle of the night and tell me how stormy it is. Unprotected, that is. Well, I don't advise you to do that, but the waters are stormy. And if you walk out into them without Christ, without your eyes on him, you will sink. You will drown. But the Master's voice that stills the water Christ can still the people. And if you be a servant of Christ, you can take a disturbed person and soothe them, calm them, just like that. Do you understand the whole of the parables of 13 to understand his teachings? Verse 33.